Okay, what were you doing?
Let me think. Okay, not yet. Let me think. Getting rid of some ghosts and some memories, and we couldn't miss the opportunity of getting rid of some of these, breaking some of these windows. And today's quite a day. We just met Arlo Guthrie about a half hour ago, and now, like, we're reliving the 60s. Now we're breaking windows.
And he's writing a song for us.
He's probably going to write a song when we see him. We're going to tell him about this.
Where is he?
He's playing tonight at the Performance Center.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Arlo Guthrie?
Sure.
His dad was Woody Guthrie.
That's right.
And this is his the 100th. It would have been 100 years this year that he would have been alive. And he changed music completely.
Right.
You know, Bob Dylan was a huge
So you're one of the 60s revolutionaries? Or
there you go. We could be, yeah.
Or are you? Or you're in your 60s, or you're
No, I was there. Right
from
the beginning. Oh, yeah. Yorkville, yeah, the whole gamut. Oh, yeah. But I didn't burn any flags. We didn't have to in Canada, but I did befriend many draft dodgers here and in the States. And I better not say too much more.
But old habits don't die out.
Well, it's just that all the draft dodgers, or not Vietnamese vets, became their way to make a living became part of what they were trained to do.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Not quite.
Well, they smuggled square grouper.
They're in Nelson, BC, growing weed right now.
or they're working in corporate jobs.
Exactly. Yes.
and lost all their principles and.
Yeah. Well, that's what's so ironic. Meeting Arlo, and I just finished hearing, like, you know, like if it wasn't for Bob Dylan and the band, and let's not forget the band were all Canadians except for one person. That when Bob Dylan went electric with the band, that changed music. They went on tour and they were booed off every stage because everybody was into folk music. Mm-hmm. And Bob came up and did one set folk. He came up with the band, which are all Canadian except for one guy, Levon, who just passed away a few months ago, Levon Helm. Yeah. It changed music in the whole world. Mm-hmm. And now here's Arlo Guthrie. Let's not forget his classic song, Alice's Restaurant. I don't know if you remember that.
Sure.
There was a movie.
Yeah.
And Mike, what was it about?
Oh, Group W bench.
The what?
The Group W bench?
The Group W bench. That was...
We could be put on, like, for breaking windows, just like Arlo got on the Group W bench for littering.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was father...
You see us sitting in Hamilton Court, and they're going, we're sitting beside, you know, real criminals, and they ask us, okay, son, what are you in for? Well, we got caught breaking windows today.
So you're not too worried about breaking any laws here?
No. It ain't nothing we ain't done before.
Yeah. Scared?
No.
Not scared at all.
I just found...
What would you say? You're delinquents, but you're not juvenile. What would we call you?
Yeah,
born again.
Born again delinquents. Uh-oh.
Born again delinquents.
Yeah.
Born again delinquents. Is society in for a little bit of trouble then?
Yes. Everything's a circle.
Yeah. We're trying to teach this younger generation what it's all about. They just aren't digging.
But you have to have a cause.
Yeah.
What's your cause?
Our cause? Well, you know what's ironic? Woody Guthrie came with Pete Seeger to Hamilton, the first strike at Stelco, when everybody was out of work, and they came in support. And now, here, look at how many years later, here's his son playing here tonight, and look at what's happened to the way life is right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no jobs. There's no pay. It's
and the unions are being dismantled or
yes,
under pressure.
Unions are completely all kinds of stuff.
Mhm. So do you still live in Burlington then?
Yes, I still live in Burlington, but I traveled quite a bit,
Mhm.
and I moved back 13 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's a lot safer here from the places I lived.
Yeah.
I lived in America,
Okay.
so...
You picked up a bit of accent.
Well, not that. It's just that you have to watch yourself all the time. Here you don't have to worry.
Hmm.
You can go to the bank machine
Mhm.
and not look over your shoulder. Not everyone's carrying a gun. In the States, it's a whole different way of life,
Mhm.
which we all know. Across the border, you can't even get across the border. Look at this.
Yeah. In Minnesota, they have a sign on the bank door saying, don't bring your gun in here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It'll be interesting tonight to hear what Arnold's got to say.
And you're going to the concert.
Pardon me?
You're going to the concert.
I don't know. It'll be a last minute thing, I think.
Mhm.
It's I don't know, and I don't know how much the tickets are. I don't know the whole concept of that performing arts place. I just don't get it. I think everything's middle of the road there. Like, I don't know the type of musicians and musicians that play there, but they are David Clayton Thomas, who his history is York, Toronto, and he did jail time before he spent time up in Burwash, up out of Sudbury. And I just found out some fascinating information about one of Burlington's icons, Duke Lawn Equipment, Clinton Duke, and his wife was Bonnie. And in fact, I just pulled up all the court trials, the investigation, and he was a huge person in this town. And every year he would have a big picnic at his estate on the lakeshore. And dignitaries from politicians, police, and it was a huge barbecue. And Clinton Duke actually did time hard time in the U.S. in the federal prison, and he did time here at Burwash also. Wow. So there you go.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm not telling you.
What's your brother's names?
Rick.
Mike, Rick, and Bob. That's all you get.
Mike, Rick, and Bob. Okay.
Yeah. Who do you work for?
I have a website called Burloak Bullet News. Burloak Bullet News.
Oh.
What'd you think it was?
Burloak Bullies.
It fits.
Hey, you should pick up a rock and try it. We had one fella come by. He said, "Yeah, can I have a rock?" He broke the window.
They should have sold tickets.
This is World Series fever, when you think you should be pitching in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the World Series got us all wrong.
Yeah.
Your arms are going to be sore now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what it's like to throw 30 pitches in a baseball game.
My uncle's old pickup truck, and we found this old abandoned home. Just beautiful, old, like a mansion.
And broke all the windows in it.
Anyway,
see, and it's all sick. It's one big
coming
circle.
back.
You're going to see it.
Made around and goes around.
Dr. Oz is going to have a show on our condition.
But you always have the excuse of Alzheimer's, right? You say it wasn't me, it was dead brains.
So you think back, I was just talking to my cousin, do you realize what we did? That beautiful stained glass, we were just...
Oh, really?
We so bad. I just thinking of it makes you cringe because it was so beautiful. But that sound of breaking glass, you just can't get away from it.
That's right. Especially when you're on the end of throwing a rock, eh?
I don't know. That sure's built my thirst up.
Yeah.
Where is it now? To Emma's back porch? Is that where you're heading?
Definitely a Guinness day.
Yeah, special day, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is our town. This is where we grew up.
Yeah.
And the more I look around, the more I realize how great it is. Years ago when I left, it was like, this place sucks. But now, at my age now, and I ride the bike path, and I see something, the lake, and it is a beautiful place to live.
It's for the newlywed and the nearly dead.
Yeah. We fully expect the Marine Patrol to be here at any moment.
Shotgun blast in the kitchen.
That's nice sound.
It is.
I'm done.
See, and
One more bucket, rock in the bucket.
we thought it was chilly. Now it's perfect.
Yeah. I want to hear more growth. Oh, wow.
We used to come down here and drink beer
Yeah. As kids.
as kids.
As teenagers. This was our playground, like I said.
And then
There was nothing here.
Is that right?
It was just a red pile of rock.
and the beer store is right up the street.
Yeah.
And there used to be a police officer. They had Mr. Oliver. He was the sweetest man.
He's a chief.
He became did he become
A detective. He became a detective.
detective. And this
probably
one day I had a
sergeant
little bit
or something.
too much to drink, and I had my own car. I wasn't a teenager, and at the time there was a cliff, and I backed up and I went over the cliff, so the car was hanging there like that, and my girlfriend was in the passenger seat. I managed to get out, and it was, the car would have tumbled down into the water, and good old Mr. Oliver, he was such a nice guy. He didn't bust me. He sent somebody to run down and get some rope off of the life ring that you throw in the water and save somebody. They came back with the rope. We hooked it up to somebody's car, yanked it out, and away I went.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Say about your mother.
Oh gosh,
Your mother's funeral was on Friday.
it was yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
Yesterday we had the memorial for in Grimsby, and she owned a business here, which they sold in 1975, and they had it for 25 years. So she was a very well-liked person.
What kind of business was it?
It was a fish and chip shop.
Okay.
Brand Fish and Chips.
What's the name?
Brand Fish and Chips.
Uh-huh.
And it started out small and then grew. It was a small little hole in the wall. It would be lined up all the way down to the lakeshore on Fridays. Whenever you couldn't meet on a Friday, people would drive from Toronto to eat there. It was so good.
If this goes viral, you know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it too. This better not go viral. And that. So, anyways, what do you guys want to say about Mom? I kind of said.
I just want to say something, just kids, don't do this to your mom's house.
Yeah, all you kids, you make sure you listen to your mom. We didn't, but we still ended up okay. As you can see, sort of okay. It's been a couple of the last few days have been completely crazy. Just total memories, meeting old friends from the funeral home, just talking about old times.
Good.
I don't know. Yeah, we're hardcore.
Your battery's gonna run out. And you point the camera at me.
But yeah, and I can't shut up. I just had a coffee.
And this is, in a sense, a little bit of a release for you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
this is,
why not?
And
Yeah.
a fond old building, you know. Like,
Is it fond?
well, we got
I
laid
stayed
there.
here one
Everybody
night.
got laid at the Riv.
Yeah.
Anybody who grew up in Burlington
Or
knows
got laid, yeah.
Yeah.
a story about down here.
Or
or-
got high before the sound of
Yeah.
music, or
This was our playground.
It was our playground.
The Riv.
No, this
The whole
whole
Riv.
Oh, the Riv, but
lakefront, the
Yeah.
Riv, everything.
did you two get laid at the Riv as
I'm
well?
not telling you that. I'm spending New Year's here.
Actually,
This guy did.
Yeah. No, that didn't happen, honestly. I never kiss and tell. Never.
Isn't there a statute of limitations now, or beyond now?
No.
Never
I
that.
don't want
Eh?
to take a chance.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was all my ex-wife. She thought it was the greatest thing that we stayed here, and they put on the fireworks. She said for her birthday. That was June 27th. Long time ago. Long time ago. Over
Yeah.
20 years before it became as bad as it is now.
Right. What do you think of the development that's going to go up here?
Oh man. I think it's not.
What's that?
I think it's not planned in any respect to the use of the waterfront. I think it's just sporadic growth. It's greed. They don't need condos here. It should be made into continuing the parkland, sport park. I think most of Burlington is disappearing that way. Talked to many people in the city. Belief or an understanding about where all the old stuff go here. It's all going. The old buildings, the old trees, condos.
Spencer
I don't know, I
Smith's
wouldn't call
Park
this
is
progress, you know?
Mhm.
This isn't progress, it's just development.
right.
Really, that's...
Yeah.
And everything changes.
Yeah.
And just if people have access to the waterfront, that's my hopefully that's going to
Not just walkways, though. It has to be more than just a walkway.
bike path.
Yeah, well,
that stuff. Everything changes. My big beef is that monstrosity out there. That
that's crazy.
The
should have
pier.
never happened in the first place.
You don't
Why
like the
wasn't
pier?
there a referendum?
Uh-huh.
Because anybody who has 2 cents or a brain will know, like for boating purposes, it's ridiculous. You can't tie up there.
Mm-hmm.
It offers no protection. If you're going to tie up to go shot, it's just for people to walk on and spend millions of dollars.
Yeah, millions.
How did they get
Tens
away
of
with it?
millions, eh?
Billions.
Tens.
Like, how did they do it? How did they do it?